Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. In this video, I want to talk to you about money and applying the principle of effectiveness to money. So if you don't have money problems, skip this video or watch for your entertainment, but this video, the value is for people who have trouble managing their own money. Consistently through my 20s, I was piss poor with my money, which is to say I would just fucking waste it. But at some point I had I'm done with this decision. I was like, fuck this. I'm done with this. And so the thought process I had was something like, well, look, all right, okay, let's get effective with money. I want to be more effective with money. So the first part, I think, is making a decision and a flip. And I was like, it's over. It's game over. I am going to apply my smarts and my know-how, and I am going to create a new relationship to money in terms of saving money. I'm not talking about generating wealth. I'm talking about keeping what you got and operating at a surplus rather than a deficit. So I had that oh shit moment. I'm like, I'm done with this. Now, the question becomes, how do I get effective with money? And I was like, I'm pretty good at boxing. I would not call myself a master, but I would call myself pretty good. Like, that's my forte in the art that I do. I understand striking, and I understand how to be effective at striking, and it is like a relationship. You see, it's a relationship between two bodies and two minds in a combative, pugilistic form. You're striking. You're going to hit each other, try to hurt each other, right? And so I took what I learned with Ralston in terms of the principle of effective interaction, but then also I used my sense with the boxing, and one of the cardinal rules, the main operating principle is know what your opponent is doing 100% of the time. You see, and I also noticed in my learning with the martial arts and boxing is that you think you know what they're doing, but you actually don't. And I could prove that to you. You see, what you think you are aware of is not actually the whole story. And many, many times in boxing, I have thought I knew what was going on, but then realized, oopsie daisy, I did not. You see how that works? And so I applied that principle to my money. And I said, all right, Brendan, well, do you know where your money is going? Because if I know where the other person is in boxing, I can waste them. Like if I really know. And what I mean by knowing is probably not what you think when I say knowing. I mean, you know exactly where they are. And because you know where they are, what they're doing at all times, and that's a really tall order, you can take advantage of them. That's okay. So I asked myself, well, Brendan, do you know what you're doing, what your money's doing? No idea. And so what I did was I downloaded an app. It's a spending app. It's like a little wallet. And I started to track every single transaction that I do. Okay? And once I started doing that, just that alone, I started to realize how much money I spent every month and on what. And I started to see, holy smokes, eating out, wow. Waste of money. Okay, I'm not saying don't eat out, but this is my relationship. You create your own relationship to the matter. I'm just sharing what I found, okay? You do your own discovery work. You get it? All right, I want to foster that spirit in my videos because I think that will serve you better than just some entertainment, okay? You go out, you figure it out because that's the spirit with which I approached my money. I wanted to figure it out and I wanted to get better, and I did. And so I noticed, okay, eating out, holy crap, expensive. Going to bars, holy smokes, why would you pay $8 for a drink when you can go buy a six-pack for $8? You know what I'm saying? And, okay, Starbucks, holy crap. Stuff like that. I started to learn my personal habits with money. And because I was noticing what was going on, I started to relate to it differently, and I started to relate to what was going on. Not what I thought was going on, but what's actually going on, numbers-wise. You see? And I have completely transformed my relationship to money for me. And, quick sidebar, you know how maybe your parents might tell you, oh, save money, save money, save money. And I would always blow it off. But then at some point we had a COVID pandemic happen. And all of a sudden I was so thankful that I saved money. And I got, oh, that's why you save money. You don't save money when times are good. When times are good, you save money. Why? Because times could get bad. You see, but why didn't I get that before? Where was I? So live and learn. So I used boxing and my knowledge of martial arts to consider money in the sense that, what is my opponent doing? And also I was like, okay, if I can figure out boxing, which has movement to it, and it's very simple, but the movement combinations can be massively complex. Just maybe kind of like a pool game. The pool game is very simple. You put certain balls in holes. Boxing is ridiculously simple. Hit them, do not get hit. That is the game. But within that simple game, there can be massive complexity. Money. It's money in, money out, and cash flow. Like how much are you positive or negative each month? Like how does it move? This was my approach a little bit. How does money move? It moves a certain way, and it has rules, just like boxing has rules. And what I mean by that is like physics, bodies on the ground, bodies in space, power generation. If you use your body a certain way, you get power. If you use it a different way, you don't have power. If you violate the rules, like if you try to punch somebody like this, you're going to break your wrist. You see why? Because physics and alignment. And you see, money also has rules. So I started to apply that thinking. Like, what are the rules of money? What's the stuff you can't mess with? Okay, if I spend time, I work, I make money. If I create something of value, I produce it for somebody else, I give it to them in exchange for money. How much time am I putting in versus how much money am I getting? See, do I have a product or service, which is the same thing as value? It's what is the value I'm giving to other people? If I have that and I give it to somebody else, do I have to take time to then give it to them? Or is it something that's stored, like maybe a virtual product, of which I have, shameless plug, link in the description. See? And that has no storage space. Once I do the work up front to get it, then it's there. And people can purchase. See, so then money, and then also knowing how much comes into my account every month, how much goes out, and then how much is it flowing? Is it flowing? Because if I make $1,000 and then I spend $1,000, cash flow is at zero. If I make $1,000 and I spend $500 and I keep $500, my cash flow is positive. If I make $1,000 and spend $5,000, my cash flow is negative, $4,000. But you don't know that unless you take a look and see and track it. Okay? Just like in the boxing, if you know where your opponent is, you can take advantage. If you know what your money's doing, you will likely relate to it much differently. And that's basically the crux of what I did for my money, to get myself on track. So I know it's a little bit long-winded video. Just thought I'd share. I hope this is of some value. This is in the realm of effectiveness. So we have consciousness and skill. This is skill with money and my own limited view of creating some effectiveness around my relationship to money, which I thought might be useful and valuable for some of you out there if you're struggling with money. Probably the main thing for you to do is to make a decision to smarten the fuck up. Okay? I do have friends that are piss poor with money and then they complain to me about it. And I just want to slap them sometimes because it's like, hey, make the decision to take control of your money. Don't let your money control you. Okay? And I think Warren Buffett is correct when he says, if you cannot control your emotions, you can't control your money. For example, I would go to work, I'd be driving home, and on the way home, I want to stop at the gas station. I want to grab some snacks for the way home. And there was an emotional urge for me to buy that. Or Starbucks, for example. Go buy Starbucks. Buy that. Go in, buy that. And I started to notice that there would be this emotional urge in me to go spend my money. And what I forced myself to do was like, okay, Brendan, what's the deal? You're going to have this urge. What are you going to do when you have this urge? I'm just going to keep driving. And I would. Now, I don't go to the gas station to buy snacks. I don't go to Starbucks to buy Starbucks. Now, I'm not saying I never go to Starbucks, and I'm not saying I won't do it in the future. I'm just saying right now, in my current state of money management, that those emotional urges rise in me. I feel them. I want to go buy the stuff. If they do arise, okay? I want it. Nope. Don't go to the store. Do not spend the money. You see, there you go. And then you might have, I don't know, I'm just guessing, you might have, well, Brendan, I can't help myself. Well, do it anyway, or it's on you. If you have piss poor relationship to money, if you tell me you want to be better with your money, but then you don't take the actions, then either take the actions or shut up. Those are the options. If you're working with me or like talking to me about it, oh, I have this thing. Oh my God, I wish it were better. I wish it were better. Then do something about it. But if you say, I wish it were better, and you don't do anything about it, then I don't have much sympathy for you. And I want to invite you to, if you want to make a change, then make the change, take the action, and get it done. I think in closing, my current relationship in that regard right now, so currently, I'm not saying it's going to stay this way, but change, is as best I can, I cut my spending. And now I'm starting to work on how can I create value for others? So how can I increase? So like shrink what I'm spending and then increase what value I'm producing so that then I can get paid for that. See, so I'm at a place where I'm contemplating and considering like, how can I increase the value? How can I give more value to others and produce more so that then I make more money? Like, how can I make more money as well as how can I cut my spending? So I feel like it's sort of there's like two domains. If I can control my spending, which I'm getting much better at, now how can I increase what I make? Which is how can I increase the value? And that will be my considerations. Okay? So if you want to take control of your money, go ahead and do that. Nothing is stopping you except for you. And take care. All right, so remember, this is Consciousness and Skill Worldwide, founded by Peter Rawlinson. If you want to get a little serious, check the links in the description. I have a free course so I can get your email, invite you to more stuff. Otherwise, buy a course, come to a workshop. We have other stuff to do. I do other work, which is not about money, okay? This is just a little sidebar here. And take care. All right, this is Brendan Lee with thebrendanlee.com. In support of Consciousness and Skill Worldwide, which is founded by Peter Rawlinson. Take care.